So really, we should go see The Martian.
I know it's supposed to be good. I get you, man. But
good reviews. Yeah. Castaway in Space.
I can't argue with
I'm
that.
on board. Are you on board?
I am on board.
That's true.
Yeah. But hear me out, though, dude. I get it's a better movie, but what makes a more interesting video? The crappy movie or the good movie?
What's a better value, though? We're going to drop $40 on this?
Yeah, true.
If we get snacks and stuff?
That's true.
Yeah, so come on, the good one, please.
I know. I mean, there's a part of me that's like, because I've already seen this movie. I know how bad it is.
I know, and you want to subject me to this pain.
Yeah. But really, it's a bad movie, but it's just one of those movies that's so bad you gotta talk about it, you know? And it is Shyamalan. It was supposed to be like Shyamalan's big return.
What if we just wait till it comes out on Netflix?
If we do that, people won't care anymore.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
The Martian will be there next week. We can, or just next time we do this. Why don't we go see The Martian next, okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right, it's a deal.
All right. But I'm gonna warn you, you're gonna hate this movie.
I believe you.
It's really bad.
I expect it.
Like, really bad.
All right.
Okay. All right. Zoe, take us to Earth.
Acknowledge. Beaming you to the car.
All right, let's get going. All right. It's a little awkward getting used to this little camera, but
Well,
it's fine.
we'll see how it goes. This is an experiment anyway.
Pretty much. It's interesting because, like, with vlogging stuff, you don't really need to worry about
Quality.
well,
As
specifics.
much.
Yeah. You need to worry about more like being interesting at random points. So,
Right.
yeah,
Which is hard for me because I usually try to avoid
being interesting.
being interesting.
Yeah, me too.
At least on purpose. We're only
Dick's
talking
Sporting
about random crap.
Goods. You can't really see it from here in the camera, but it's there. And there's Burlington. Looking forward to seeing this stupid movie for the second time.
Yeah, we should go to The Martian instead.
Yeah, well, TJ didn't believe me how bad it was, so.
Yeah.
We could go to The Martian instead, but we're not going to. Instead, we're going to make fun of a bad movie.
Yeah, let's go waste money.
Yeah. What are you expecting from the movie?
I have no idea.
Really?
Yeah, like literally zero.
You don't know anything about the plot?
Just nothing. You guys said something about a boy and his grandma. That's like all I know.
The trash.
No, don't put the trash in. We have a spaceship.
Yeah, why are we driving a car? If you're wondering how he eats or breathes.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's the MST3K mantra.
Mm-hmm.
That's even its own thing on tvtropes.org or .com.
It's actually called the MST3K
mantra, yeah.
Oh, cool. You don't dislike Shyamalan the way I do you?
I don't think so.
I'm
more indifferent.
I don't like Shyamalan. I think Shyamalan is a bad director. I think he's been a bad director since The Sixth Sense.
Ooh. Sorry if I ruined your evil laugh.
No, it's fine.
I'll tell you because he ruined your childhood.
No, I honestly just don't think he's a good director. What bothers me is that he tries to compare himself to people like Hitchcock, but he's not that good.
I don't know if we have anyone that's as good as Hitchcock. Get it?
No.
What's your all's channel?
Oh, it's over.
What would you see? Operation Cleverbox.
Sorry?
Operation Cleverbox.
What do you do? Just
Kind of
Reviewing
like,
stuff and
yeah. We talk about just media stuff in general, video games and movies and stuff. So.
yeah, usually if you ask my manager, they can just hold it for you and just bring it out to the car and they'll hook you up.
All right, appreciate it.
No problem.
going in.
Going in. We're not going to be able to have the camera out for much longer. We can only have it out in the lobby, obviously. So we'll tell you guys how good the movie is.
Yeah.
And by how good, I mean how bad. Oh my goodness.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to talk more about that later, but
Painful.
I saw it twice.
I don't know. Bad call.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Good call.
good call for the
Now
YouTube
we've had
video.
this experience.
Yeah,
Together. Yeah.
bad call for movie choices. I mean, I knew it was going to be bad, but, like, I thought that it would be easier to watch the second time around. I really did.
You were wrong.
I was.
You thought wrong, dude.
It was... I actually expected to come out here and be, like, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. It dragged on forever.
It did not feel like an hour and a half.
I
That's
can't
true.
believe that was an hour and a half. Right if he gets meaner.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
That was a hard one.
Yeah, that was painful.
Yeah. I honestly thought it would be easier the second time.
No.
Not by a long shot.
It wasn't easy for me either. I feel bad for you.
Ugh. All right, let's go talk about it.
All right.
Okay. These are our thoughts.
What was that?
A mess.
Definitely a mess.
Honestly. It's a classic example of Shyamalan's writing focused entirely on a twist.
Yes.
I think that's one of Shyamalan's bigger problems.
Yeah,
anyway.
we were aiming for the one reveal.
And that was it.
And that's it. That's all that mattered.
Yeah. I mean, clearly. I like the one line where the kid goes, like, nobody cares about cinematic integrity or something like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
ironic.
Right. Yeah, it's like we're self-aware.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The entire time.
Right.
There were a lot of points like that in the movie. I thought that it could have been a good idea, but I mean, the movie was like, I didn't like the whole old people phobic, you know?
Yeah, that was kind of strange. And we were watching it with some old people
Yeah,
in the theater.
the whole theater was empty except for us and like 2 old people.
So first they're crazy, then they're incontinent, and it's like, oh, these poor old people.
Yeah,
what are
I
they
know,
thinking
exactly.
about? You know what the world thinks about them.
It would kind of be like if a bunch of black people were sitting in a theater watching The Birth of a Nation, if you know what that movie is. Film history. I thought it was an idea that could have been executed much better had it not been in Shyamalan's hands.
Right, and this is the case with not just his movies, but a lot of movies.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many things that could have been much better than what they were. So,
Yeah.
Pixels, stuff like that.
Yeah, Waterworld. It was funny to me how many points in the movie they tried to make it seem like modernized and,
Missed the boat. Yeah.
completely.
Yeah.
I told him after I got out of the theater that movie should have taken place in like 2006 because literally the kids are like, they're making a joke about the internet like, oh, his video has 300 hits.
Yeah, let's see how many hits we get.
Yeah,
for this.
exactly.
You guys
Help
wanna
us
give
get us
some
a
hits?
million hits.
Yeah.
Who says hits?
At least a million.
This is 2015. Shyamalan tries to show how in touch he is by writing a script that centers around like modern stuff, and ironically shows how out of touch he is.
The slidey phone with the text keyboard.
Yeah, the fascination with the webcam as a plot point.
Right.
Which, by the way, a lot of plot holes in this movie. And
They become even more glaring with that reveal, as you warned me about before we went in.
yeah, I told him right before the reveal happened, I'm like, okay, that entire other movie you just saw didn't even matter.
Didn't matter.
Here's the important part right here. And then like the last 20 minutes of the film, and that's all.
Yahtzee action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yahtzee!
Yeah.
I would almost say wait till you see the movie and you'll get that joke, but I don't recommend this movie at all unless it's on Netflix.
Yeah,
So,
if you want to have the kind of time that we did, we had fun thinking it was ridiculous and kind of poking and jabbing at each other during the movie. If you don't have somebody to do that with, don't even bother.
yeah, this movie is not the kind of movie you watch by yourself.
Just let it
Oh,
let
no.
it lie.
Oh no. And I will also warn you, for the majority of this movie, it's so painfully awkward. A lot of the movie is awkward. The jokes are awkward that they try to make. A lot of the scary points are hilarious.
Could have almost been an audiobook,
Yeah,
right?
actually.
With all
The entire thing is just explained. Yeah, throwing exposition at you. We kept on doing that the entire movie. Just, ooh. The whole movie is, like, instead of showing us character development and actual plot points and things like that, important parts of these characters' pasts, they literally just set them on camera. Like,
So
my
remember
father,
that time
yeah.
we were playing with Dad?
yeah, it was so great.
Yeah.
It's too bad I don't like Dad anymore because he
Right.
abandoned us.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I was kidding. It was.
What does Dad look like? When did he abandon you? Was it raining? I mean, come on.
Yeah, this is a visual medium, not a book. So, for those of you who don't know, the story is about these 2 kids who get sent to visit their grandparents that they've never met for an
Or
entire...
seen a picture of.
Or seen a picture of. Because their mom has relationship issues with them. They've never seen them before. So, that brings up all kinds of questions, because if they've never seen even a picture of their grandparents before, or the mother sent them to live with her parents that she hates or just has a huge problem with anyway. Why?
Why? Yeah.
Why would you send your kids to a
Right.
place without, you don't talk
I hate them and I can't even stand to talk to them.
And by the
but
way,
go ahead and Go say hi to Grandma.
A lot of spoilers, by the way. Big spoiler, the plot twist is that those aren't their grandparents. They're crazy! Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, a lot of plot points, a lot of plot holes with
Or,
that twist.
or are they possessed? I don't know.
Oh,
Is she
yeah.
possessed?
The entire time. You just
She's
get
acting
this,
possessed.
You get this sense that Shyamalan was going towards a sort of like, they're possessed, demon-y kind of feel. I mean, during the trailer, they advertised that it was made by the same people who made like Paranormal Activity and Insidious and all those other, ghost movies. So you can see it in this movie. I feel like someone was just standing over Shyamalan's head with like a newspaper. Like, I wanna put in demons. No. But I really no.
Aliens?
No.
No.
There's a point where the grandma's telling this story
She has
about
delusions.
Well, yeah, she's telling like this story about these alien creatures that live in like a pond and they spit into the pond
All day.
Yeah, all day.
'Cause
I
that
guess
matters.
nobody
Yeah.
sees them sitting in the pond.
Right.
There are plot holes within the fake story of this other bigger story. But anyway, we were joking like this was probably the original idea for this movie. Like there probably
And
were
somebody
gonna be,
said no.
yeah. Like Shyamalan, we're gonna cut your
Kids
funding.
visiting their grandparents.
That's
go.
it. Yeah.
Go.
Mhm.
Work on it. Yeah.
It's not the first time that we've gotten it's not the first time Shyamalan's tried to put in some kind of paranormal aspect either. Remember Devil?
Didn't see it.
It's not worth it your time. It was a similar thing in terms of like the type of movie it was trying to be. It was like they were on an elevator and one of them's a killer, and so the race is on to like try and figure out which one of them's the
one?
killer.
Okay.
But the twist is that one of them's possessed by the devil.
Okay.
Yeah, see?
And the other one's the killer.
No.
Okay.
See, that would have been good.
Yeah.
Nah.
Let's go write that.
Well, that would have been better. Nah. So one good thing about this movie.
One good thing. It ended.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No, he's not.
Yeah. No, that was good.
Yeah.
No,
Favorite part.
the first ending was
Yeah.
all right.
By the way, this movie, totally Return of the King's on you, has like 3 different endings. Yeah.
Okay, decent ending, worse ending, terrible ending
Yeah.
after that. Yeah. So.
And unfortunately, the terrible ending is the real ending.
That's the real one.
Yeah.
That's what he leaves you with after this very challenging, patience requiring movie, if I can say it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just call it what it is, man. It was a bad movie.
So what about you?
Well, to clarify on the endings, the 3 endings. The first one, they like kind of get away from the house. The grandparents are dead.
Yeah, straight up horror movie ending.
Yeah, and it was
Slasher flick ending.
actually
It's
interesting.
raining. The cops save them.
You get the sense
They're
that
crying.
you get the sense that these kids are gonna have to like go to like therapy and
deal
stuff
with
like
this.
that. Yeah.
But they love their mom. Everything's gonna be okay.
Well,
at some point.
yeah. Well, see, that's the first one. That's the first ending. The second ending is the mom feels like she needs to join in with the expositioning at the
Right.
very end of the film and talk about her past.
A little more stuff that doesn't matter anymore
And then a favorite of
because
Shyamalan's.
the danger's over.
Yeah, and a favorite of Shyamalan's that I've noticed in his films, he loves scenes with crying children and their mothers. He thinks that equals emotional depth and character development, I guess. And then the third ending, the real ending, ironically is foreshadowed at the beginning of the film. The kid comes on, he's like, has this whole idea of himself as a rapper. He comes on and he raps.
Raps about the plot.
Yeah, and it's
Plot.
meant to be silly, it's meant to be a joke, but it just comes across as so dumb and awkward. And I actually kind of feel bad for these kids. Which leads me to my good thing. I will say that the kid actors were actually, as far as children actors go,
Yeah, they were good.
they were decent. Yeah.
Yeah. Their characters were way too mature.
Yeah. And
They were saying things and acting certain ways that were way above their age level, but
Signs,
the
anyone?
actors themselves were
yeah.
all right. Yeah.
And that's another thing about Shyamalan films I've noticed is he likes to bring in fairly decent actors, or sometimes like, acclaimed actors and make them terrible. The Happening, anyone. But yeah, these kids they actually delivered their lines perfectly fine. It seems like they knew what they were doing. I just think they were the result, or rather the victims of bad directing,
Yeah, like the when the old crazy guy, can't even remember his name. Old crazy guy
That's just what we're going to call
turns
him.
into the Joker.
Let's play a game of Yahtzee. That's literally how he says it after the whole movie. He's like, oh, I'm like this.
Yeah, he's really stoic and chill.
And he's so like he seems almost like nice and mild mannered the whole time. But then after the reveal, and he doesn't know that they figured out that he isn't their grandfather.
But all of a sudden,
Yeah, all of a sudden he just snaps and go nuts.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna be crazy tonight.
crazy game of
We're gonna
Yahtzee.
play a game, a family game. Man. I think the idea of Shyamalan trying to do a found footage film, who thought that was a good idea?
That was a bad idea.
Yeah. Again, I'm going to be completely honest. I don't like Shyamalan. I never thought he was good. I don't even really like Signs or, for that matter, The Sixth Sense. And I've always thought he was kind of a bad director and an even worse writer. I don't know why we thought it was a good idea to give a guy like that, who's known for films like that, a found footage setup, you know? Pair him up with Paranormal Activity makers.
I have a soft spot for Unbreakable.
Mm-hmm.
I always have. Maybe that's because of Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson. But other than that, I've been pretty indifferent to Shyamalan. The Sixth Sense is good to watch once. Other than that, I just kind of skip them.
I feel like everybody has that one Shyamalan film. You know, for some people it's Sixth Sense, for some it's Signs, for some people it's actually The Village. For me, I think I agree with TJ. It's kind of Unbreakable, even though I don't think it's really a good movie, but I at least think it's not so booky, if that makes sense. It doesn't unfold
Yeah,
it's
actually a film.
Yeah, stuff actually happens and you see things happen. Shyamalan likes to talk about what's going on instead of actually show it.
Here's an idea, Shami. Can I call you Shami? Go write a novel.
Yeah.
Novel.
Yeah. I think the same thing, actually. I think if he would write a novel instead of trying to make books,
People will buy it.
Yeah, and then what you do is you give that novel to somebody who can make good films.
A good director.
Yeah, and then
they'll
make
do the
a
adaptation.
Movie. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, written by Shyamalan, directed by somebody else. All right. Well, hey, you got anything else to say?
No, I'm glad to be out of there.
Yeah. I think I might do like a full review on this movie. Like that way I can kind of hit point. I'll keep it a short review since we did have this. But let's go ahead and give it a rating.
Okay.
What are you going to rate this movie?
0.5.
0.5.
0.5.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's for the good ending.
Okay. I'm actually going to be a little nicer than that. I can't believe that because I'm the one who doesn't like Shyamalan.
I'm usually more forgiving.
Yeah,
for everything,
I'm the brutal one.
Not today.
No, I'm gonna give it a 2.
Okay.
That's still not very good, but here's why. For the awkward setup and for, the characteristic pretentiousness of the film, which is very present the entire time. There are some points where I'm looking at it and I'm like, that's actually a good shot. There are points where I look at it and I think, okay, this was shot well, the kids are good enough actors, and this was an idea at its core. Forget all the details, but at its core, this could have worked had it been in better hands. So for those reasons, I'll give it a 2. But
you're judging based on potential. I usually do that.
Yeah, I'm not judging.
Nice.
I'm not
That's
judging
nice of
based
you.
off potential. I'm judging based off of what's there.
All right.
A good enough concept. It was done badly. That's why it's not a 3. Good shots, but not all the time because it's a found footage film, and it's hard to do found footage films really well. I think because either it looks like somebody running around with a camera, and that doesn't.
Has anyone ever done one well?
There actually are a few
Super
good
8,
examples.
I guess. And that was only
Chronicle
partially.
was fun, and there's an obscure set of movies. There are 2 of them. Grave Encounters of these indie films, and those are good. You should check those out. Not this, but it is hard to do found footage right because either it's going to look like someone's running around with a camera or it's going to look well shot. But if it looks well shot, then
no
how is
longer
it
found
found
footage?
footage?
Yeah.
Exactly. And the only way
This is
that
why the girl had to be a film student.
Yeah, exactly. Well, she wasn't even a film student.
Or a film aficionado,
She just
yeah.
liked film.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even then, like, they're running around with the cameras, and the cameras are, like, left on when they're not supposed to be.
She uses it to break the doorknob.
Yeah, but the camera is still intact. They have to show her drop it, which I thought was hilarious. So the grandma is holding her down on the bed trying to kill her, and she's still holding the camera.
You gotta get this. This is good stuff.
I gotta document this. So yeah, I give it a 2.
Right.
It's not a movie to see in the theaters by any means. Don't be like me. I wasted $30 on this movie. I've seen it twice, once with my girlfriend. But if it ever comes out on Netflix,
Yeah, it's free.
Yeah.
What else are you gonna do, right?
Yeah.
You're binging. Go
I'm
for
about
it.
to say,
Yeah.
get yourself some Coney Island and just have a good time.
Grab your robot pals and quip.
Exactly. MSD3K. I think that's a wrap.
I think that's it.
All right. So without further ado,
I'm TJ.
and I'm Charles C. Patterson.
We'll see you next time on Operation Cleverbox. And next time, I'm picking.